What are some cheat codes for interacting with certain animals? Cockatoos can be very friendly. If you have one's attention, soft clicking clucking noises and small head bobs will often result in them dancing and imitating you. Be careful or they might land on your head or shoulders, which has happened to me. Leave giant birds the heck alone. Would you pet a pea-brained, angry dinosaur? Why they put ostriches, emus, rheas, etc. in petting zoos is a mystery to me. These guys can quickly injure you and there is no single quick tip in dealing with them. Yeah, I fed an emu once at a petting zoo. Why would you hand feed one of those? It's not like they can grab the food gently with their soft lips. They just back and bite the shit out of your hand until you have dropped all the food everywhere. If you scruff a ferret they usually go into sleep mode pretty quickly. Noodle cats man. If you scratch a cat right above its tail that is butt scratches it can do some weird things. I have seen butt scratches make a cat make those weird talking noises, and then I saw a cat who feverishly licked his own chest. With horses you can blow gently into their nostrils. It's supposedly horseish for saying hi to other horses they like, and if it likes it will blow back and be chill. Have tried it a few times, and they seem to like it, but who knows, it's horses. Edit 1 as pointed out, front part of horse is dangerous. So do not run up and try to inflate unknown horses' noses. Be chill with horse brothers, and see you ready Cinderpass comment. Edit 2 horses are for 600 kg of pure muscle, bones, hooves and teeth, and as all animal they can be unpredictable. If you are not accustomed to being around horses and read their body language you should be very careful approaching a horse, and putting your face in reach of their teeth is not recommended. The comments have many great tips on how to behave around horses from people knowing a whole lot more about horses than I do. And I am learning so many interesting things. Horses are super cool animals, but as all animals should be treated with respect. If you can pick up a chicken, hold its head under one of its wings then rock it like a baby for a minute, then put it in the ground and it will be asleep. You can also put them in a trance by holding their beak against the ground and drawing a line out from their beak with your finger. When you let go of their head they just kind of stare at the ground with their head down. Scratch a dog where its back legs cannot reach. Keep scratching until its eyes begin to close, then move to the stomach and hips. Their legs will start kicking automatically and it's hilarious. Also, you will become that dog's best friend. Generally with mammals you should always let them smell you first so they can judge whether you are okay or not. Saltwater crocodiles do not interact. Do not even think about interaction. If they can possibly get to where you are, stay the duck away from the water. There are no cheat codes. There is only death. I have lost 2 friends to crocodiles when I was living in Darwin, NT. Most cats do not like lots of eye contact, because they see it as a sign of aggression. Some do not mind, but it depends how domesticated they are. If you are trying to get a cat to come to you, glance at their eyes, then look away. This is also why cats always go to the person who is allergic or dislikes them. You think you are ignoring them by not looking at them. They think you are friendly. Edit as people keep saying it. Yes, the slow blink or looking at them with squinty eyes also works and is non-aggressive. If you have staring contests with your cat, it means it knows you well enough to know you are not threatening. Enough with the cat swimming jokes already. Dogs will defend their territory but will almost always avoid fighting if you find them outside their territory. If you run into one on the street, his policy will be not to bother you if you do not bother him. If a dog is actually having a go at you, it is because you are near something he owns or otherwise values. In this situation, do not just run away. It is his instinct to chase you instead. Back away showing your side but not your rear. This indicates that you are not interested in fighting him but that you are prepared to defend yourself if you have to. For best results, find something to shove in his mouth to block bites. Remember, a wagging tail means excitement, and the difference between playful excitement and dangerous excitement is in how stiff and straight the tail is while it wags. Rubbing your thumb and pointer finger together in a show me the money way gets animals' attention. Cats, fish, lizards. It is pretty neat. If you see a hippo, run away. Never ever put your hand out to a parrot unless you understand parrot body language or the bird's handler is available. I have a Congo African grey, and she can break chicken bones with her beak. Never look at a parrot with both eyes. When a parrot's belly feathers flutter, they are very relaxed. If a parrot's head feathers are down, but the rest of them are up, you are in moderate danger. If a parrot's back feathers are up, you are in grave danger. Parrots are sneaky, manipulative little buggers. Whatever they are doing, bear in mind that it might be a trap. Yelling at a parrot will only make them yell back. Also, they love drama. If you yell at them, they will repeat the behavior so that you will yell again. I have been answering everybody that is responded, and have really enjoyed your sneaky parrot stories. I wanted to elaborate a bit on why you should not look at parrots with both eyes. They will feel threatened. Also, I removed an apostrophe. For example, throwing your hat into the air in an area crowded with pigeons will cause them to all take flight at once. I hope this does not get buried cause it works and it is really cool. If you see a herd of deer grazing in a field and you want to get close to them, do not approach them like a hunter would, eyes fixed on them and moving slow. Instead, do what they do and keep your eyes on the ground, milling in a zigzag pattern while pretending to search the ground. They will think you are a grazer like them and not a threat. Of course, be extremely cautious when you get close, as anything threatening can turn the pack into a stampede of who's and shiteks. I do not advise this at all, but it is a cheat code that I have seen work. Source: I am from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan where there are more deer per square foot than rats in New York City. Serious dog hack: make any dog sit down by sliding 2 fingers down its spine, one on either side. Do I stop before I reach the butthole? Number: you slowly enter with your index fingers first, then work your whole hand in there carefully. If a ferret tries to bite you, scruff it like a cat does a kitten, while gently supporting its bum. Hold it like that for long enough, and it should settle, and yawn will require repeating. When patting dogs' cats, try to scratch underneath the chin and work up, instead of going straight for the over-the-head pat. It makes you appear much more friendly and less dominant. Many rabbits will enjoy a pat and a head scratch, instead of being picked up, but if you do, best to have one hand around its shoulders, and use the other to scoop it up from behind so you quickly have it on its back in your arms. 4 paws up. If done correctly and quickly enough, they will sort of just lie there, looking half asleep. Some prefer the tuck it his head right under your chin method, so they feel supported everywhere. That is not only supporting legs, but held around their sides, their head, and their back. If you wriggle your fingers in front of an aquarium, fish will swim to your worm-like hands. Birds have trust issues. Never try to get near a herd of sheep in the wild, because sheepdogs are quite protective. That being said, if you ever have to walk through a herd of confined sheep without making them shy away, walk backwards through the herd. They will calmly stream around both sides of you. Why? Because sheep are very stupid creatures. Grew up around a lot of animals, so flies always jump essentially straight up and forward as you go to slap them, and they are faster than you. Clap above them about 6 inches to compensate. Ever try to catch a frog? Same thing. Get behind them, lean over, and be ready to catch 6 inches to a foot ahead of them as they jump away. If you need to pick up a turtle, approach from the rear and grab it on the sides of its shell. Warning: it will pee on you and scratch while trying to reach around and bite you. Generally, they cannot bite past their front legs. Crabs are the same tactic. Approach from the rear, and pinch in the center rear, grab them by the butt. They will squirm and stretch, but they cannot get you. Always keep your hand on a horse, so they know where you are. Goats headbutt to establish dominance pecking order. Square up to them, hold your ground, and let them headbutt the heel of your boot. They are going to hit pretty hard, so be ready. As you are essentially kicking them in the top of the head, you would not hurt them. They are literally designed for it. When you do not budge, they know who is boss. I have done this since I was 8 or 10, but it is easier the bigger you are. Smaller dog thinks he is the boss coming after you guests. Do what the pack leader does. Grab him by the scruff, push his head down, roll him, and hold him by the neck. Bare your teeth and stare at him. If he is still freaking, You can hold him as long as necessary. Almost all of the time, they stop immediately. This is how dogs win fights. Kicking, hitting, smacking dogs is not something they understand and is just plain abusive and likely to make them even more aggressive. Does not work on big dogs. Too much potential to actually be hurt. In dog packs, alpha eats first. Humans should eat first. Dog gets food after human dinner is over. If you are feeding your dog before yourself, you send quite a message. Cat claws only work one way, if they are latched to your clothes, or you pull them forward to release. This is why cats cannot climb down trees head first and get stuck on occasion. Snakes are easily distracted by motion. Wiggle the left hand far out while you grab the tail with the right, and start walking away. Watch almost anyone working with snakes. You will see them do similar. Obviously, avoid touching snakes at all costs unless you know what it is and what you are doing. Ever lose a hamster mouse? Take a steep bowl or a low bucket, and stack books around it like a little spiral staircase. Put some peanut butter on a cracker and a small dish of water in the bottom. They will be in there scratching to get out before you know it. Do not mess with birds. Any bird, even canaries, just do not. Do not approach deer and similar horned wild animals. Generally, they run away before you get the chance. If they do not, chances are they are guarding babies or territory. They are very good guards. Dolphins love children crazy amounts, so if you are going to go swimming with them or feed them, bring a child. When boxing with a kangaroo, they usually lack the strategy to do more than interchange punching arms, so you can easily use this to your advantage. If you spray a spider with hairspray deodorant, then it would not be able to move that you can beat it to death easier. If you are allergic to cats, try to show them you are interested, but keep your body language to them. They tend to focus on interested people because you are relaxed and seem like a cool guy. Source: have an allergy to cats and every time I ignore them they come at me, brah. Throw a peanut at a squirrel. He might get scared, but then he will check it out and eat it. Throw peanuts closer and closer to you one at a time, waiting for the squirrel to find each one and come back. Make a noise every time he picks up and eats the peanut. Eventually you can get the squirrel to take a peanut next to your hand, without your hand moving. Keep making a sound and throw the peanut in front of you and hold it. Try not to get bit by the nervous squirrel. Works with other animals too. If attacked by a shark, punch them firmly in the snout. If that does not work, poke him in the eye with your stump. Late to the party as usual. Here are some things I have learned working at different zoos. If you do not know an animal, do not immediately reach for its face to pet it. It will probably bite you. I had this happen with camels, dogs and cats a couple times. Elephants will hurt you on accident if you are not careful. Also, they love food. Then there are some of them that just want to kill things. People. One of my supervisors told me a story about an old circus elephant that would leave a small pile of food out for rats and then kill them when they came to eat it. Giraffes are pretty dumb, but super alert. Any small changes will put them on high alert and make them pretty antsy. The ones I worked with were not very big on being pet. We had one that would let you do it, but you had to constantly feed her. Most big hoofstock bongos, elands, gazelle, etc. are super skittish as they are prey animals, so do not expect to pet them unless they have been trained hand-raised. I guess those are not really hacks though. Here is a couple I do know. You can talk to tigers by chuffing at them. I am really bad at it, but I have gotten a couple of chuffs. Link. I have not gotten this one to work, but you can get kookaburras to call back to you by rolling your RS. Link. For your information, this one makes you look insane, especially when they do not respond to you. Lorikeets Link like shiny things, so if you go into a free flight cage with them, do not bother buying food because you can usually get them to land on you by flashing your bling. Beware, they will try to take anything shiny and sometimes will try to pick of moles. Also, they like to lick you if you sweat a lot. Big birds freak me out, but I have found that if you remain calm they will usually be pretty chill. I was terrified the first time an emu came up to me to eat some food and dropped the food bucket. That did not go so well. If you ever find yourself being attacked by a kangaroo, try to grab it behind the neck and force it down to the ground. This way they would not be able to kick you. If you are being attacked by larger hoof-stock deer, goats, llamas, etc., I have found that using your dad voice usually deters them from continuing. That is really all I got. I will add on if I think of any more. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.